So Unit 4, Activity 3 is the changing coastline, so the impact of sea level rise. We talked a bit about climate change earlier and that was one of the things that could happen. The first little section, it's an idea or looking at a painting that was created after a volcanic eruption, but it's by a gentleman in Norway. So he was able to create these images because what happened way down here was sort of visible way up here. And so it's sort of trying to ask you why you think or how it could have impacted some location far away. So you can read this article here as it'll give you some more information related to that as well. And then after that, here's some of the natural processes you could talk about within your post as to how it could have ended up there. So do a little bit of looking through these and some research just to sort of see how that could have impacted. Here's some about the global impact that occurred from that actual eruption. So we know that there's a global nature of natural disasters. So you got some different things here from Fort McMurray. It talks about the smoke from the fire being almost 2,000 kilometers away. So there always are these other effects in other areas of the world based on those natural disasters. The main focus of this activity is actually what happened after the Fukushima disaster. So what happened there was that there was a tidal wave and there was also a nuclear meltdown. So the resulting of those two things is that you had a lot of debris and radioactive particles that ended up out into the ocean. And then this activity is going to have you sort of thinking about, okay, so here was Japan, here's where it occurred. Where's that debris going to end up? So where's that stuff going to go, those particles and the debris? So this activity is going to have you predict, observe, and explain. So you're going to predict where you think stuff's going to go. You're going to observe some information and then explain sort of the difference between your thoughts and what happened. So it's important to make sure that you use this document to make the predictions before observing. And they'll be included in a written description. And as well as you're making a map and a bunch of other stuff. So you can download your copy of the map here and then you can then modify and manipulate it. Here's some predictions on what they should reference. These are things to sort of think about when creating your answer. Then observing, so use the interactive map below. So when you click on this map, it'll take you to a location that you can then use and add layers to. It's going to then show you where things did end up and how it all played out. Then it starts to think about, okay, so that tsunami occurred like way over on the far side of the ocean. So how did it end up affecting other areas? And so there's a few natural processes it's going to have you look at. There'll be natural process 1, natural process 2. You have to figure out what those natural processes are, and you have to figure out which ones impacted the debris and which one impacted the radiation. So then once you've sort of taken a look at what those processes are and you've determined that, then you can make a comparison to what your predictions were and what the other, what the actual reality was. So that'll finish that assignment, and then make sure you put that assignment right here, submit that to the assignment Dropbox. Then the last section is a consolidation piece, and it's some research. So there's a 2-column note that you can use right here to complete this. There's an exemplar that you can look to sort of see how it's done. And then you're going to basically choose one of these disasters that occurred to then complete this 2-column notebook on, and then submit that to this Dropbox or assignment Dropbox right here.